In this video, we're going to go over how to do a North Dakota criminal records check. So come down to northdakotapublicrecords.org. I'll leave a link in the description, or you could just type that into your browser. And you'll notice on the front page here, you have quite a few public databases available in North Dakota that you could use depending on what type of a search you're doing. But since we are focusing on the criminal records and arrest records and things like that, what we have created are specific pages. They're just more detailed about record types that are typically people seek more often. So you have a pretty large list here, but certain databases here just most people don't really need. So we created things that people think about most of the time when it comes to public records. So let's click on criminal records here. So as you can see, you'll have your statewide resources, and these would be anything from court records to looking up at the sex offender registry. So you have quite a few things to consider. Another thing you can do is if you go to the background check, you have very similar resources you can look into here at the state level, but if you scroll down, you'll also see things at the county level. So if you're looking at the statewide prison system here, the Department of Corrections, it's slightly different than sheriff's, local sheriff's, county sheriff's department jail. So these are going to be different databases. They're going to display different types of inmates, different types of like as an example, in a jail, somebody might get arrested and released sometimes the same day or the next day. You know, if somebody goes to prison, they're typically serving something over a year, and it's typically a more serious crime. So these are two different databases, and that's why I'm saying it's a good idea to check both at the state level and at the county level to make sure you're not missing anything. And another thing to look into is also court records, because every time somebody gets arrested, they will have to see a judge eventually, and that will determine guilty, no guilty, sentence, whatever it may be. The detailed information is available on a court document, and so you could go look at these records using these criminal records, these arrest records, using court records also. So there's quite a few things to consider when researching criminal and arrest records. One more option you have here is to use a private database. Now this database pulls records not just at the county or the state level, it goes outside the state, pulls records from multiple databases, multiple states. So it gives you like a nationwide look when you are researching somebody. What's great about a tool like this is, let's say somebody moved to North Dakota, but they have a criminal past, say in Montana, or maybe in the state of Georgia, and now they're living in North Dakota. If you're just checking the local records, you're going to miss what happened in those previous locations. So it's a good idea to get that bird's eye view, make sure nothing is missed, make sure you have all your bases covered. So obviously, the records originate at the county level. That's where they're going to be the most up to date, the most accurate, but just keep in mind that they are limited to a specific location, and people do move around. So once again, that's northdakotapublicrecords.org. Come on down and get started on your North Dakota criminal records check.